Welcome to the Toffee Blues, your source for all things Everton, and welcome to the live match reaction to Everton 2, Fulham 0. It's so great to be back to winning ways. A massive improvement on the recent performances, and not a moment too soon. We really needed that against another side who are in the bottom half with us. It takes us up to 11th, I think, maybe for now. So it's a massive step up, and I'll be honest, I was expecting to come on here and be absolutely fuming. I was coming on here for a nice rant tonight, thinking we were, going to prolong the pain. And lo and behold, we've actually delivered a decent performance. Back at Hill Dickinson Stsdium, we got our first defeat there against Spurs 2 weeks ago. So great to be back winning again. Idrissa Gana and Michael Keane got the 2 goals. Strictly speaking, we scored 5 today, but 3 of them were chalked off. 2 of them you could probably argue rightly so. 1 of them you could argue definitely should have stood. Keane and Dewsbury Hall's goal in the second half definitely, I think, should have stood. Tarkowski and Tierno Barry also had the ball in the net in the first half. Probably both correct decisions to disallow them, but still frustrating nonetheless, certainly for Tierno Barry, who's still yet to get off the mark for us, of course. I think, to be honest, I thought he was pretty good today. Some really good touches from him, good movement, linked up well with the players behind him, ran the channels, worked hard, tired a little bit towards the end and was brought off for Beto. He looked really disappointed to be subbed off for Beto, but I don't think it was a performance thing. It was more of a legs thing this time, which is, I think that was more to give him a rest. He'd worked his socks off, I thought. He really put in a good display for us, and I think hopefully now that means he'll hold on to the starting spot, and hopefully that means it's only a matter of time before he does get his first goal for us. But if he carries on like that, I'm sure it'll come sooner rather than later. I'm really happy with the effort he put in, that's for sure, and even some of the quality he showed. Still room for improvement, of course, but I think that was a much better display from him today. And there was an improved performance from a lot of individuals today. I thought one who really stood out for me today was Keane and Dewsbury Hall, who I was actually hoping would be dropped for this game. I was hoping to see Alcaraz maybe take his place. I wasn't confident that David Moyes would do that, but he stuck with Dewsbury Hall, as I was expecting him to anyway, and we saw a much better Keane and Dewsbury Hall today than what we've seen in recent weeks. He really put himself about. The work ethic was exceptional today. Really battled, was everywhere on the pitch. Same for Idrissa Gana. I think he looked a lot more like his old self, really, busting his lungs. He got up and down, got us the opening goal, the all-important opening goal as well. Another shout-out for Tim Iroegbunam as well, who came in as part of the reshuffle, the one reshuffle, which I was actually really glad to see Moyes did something a little bit different. It was only the one change, but the tactical switch that saw James Garner move to right back and Iroegbunam come in next to Idrissa Gueye. Wasn't sure if that'd leave us a bit exposed in midfield, but Iroegbunam, I thought, played well today. I think he got a yellow card for something really soft, and then he gave a couple of balls away just before he got subbed off. But apart from that, I thought he really did well today. And Idrissa Gueye, like I say, he was getting about, got in the box. Both of them were involved in the goal. Actually, the ball comes in the box. The ball, Tarkowski, I think, hits the bar. The ball bobbles around. Iroegbunam mishits it, and it falls to Idrissa Gueye, who buries it from close range. And that was crucial, right on the cusp of half-time. That gave us the upper hand, and it made us a bit more comfortable. I was dreading to think the boos the referee was going to get if we went in goalless at half-time, because he's already disallowed 2 goals by then. I think that those goals were right to be disallowed, but there was certainly no justice with Dewsbury Hall's goal just after the break getting disallowed, because the ball came in from Mikalenko, a good ball, and hits it across the box, and it bounces out off a defender, and Dewsbury Hall buries it. Tierno Barry was right next to this defender, and he was maybe marginally offside, but he was literally pushed into an offside position by this defender and wasn't playing the ball. So I don't know why on earth that was disallowed. It was ridiculous. And I will say, Fulham didn't play particularly well today. Like, we were comfortably better than them. The result was certainly done us justice. If anything, we should have had more goals on the score sheet. But the worst performance of the day has to go to Andy Madley, the referee. My goodness, he did everything in his power to try and deny us the win today. Like I say, 3 goals short off, some very debatable decisions, a few microaggressions, if you like, soft free kicks against us for pretty much nothing. He did his level best to swindle us today, but we still found the way, and we got 2 goals. Michael Keane gets the second one 10 minutes from time. Header from a corner. They even tried to find a way of disallowing that one, looking for a handball, but it hit the top of his shoulder and loops over the keeper, goes in, and that settles everybody then. I think we were a lot calmer then. We started knocking the ball about and playing some good football. Then Merlin Roll, come on, nearly gifted a goal to Fulham, I will say, at 1-0. But then after that, he seemed to find his feet and grew into the game and started playing some good little passes here and there. Jack Grealish was his usual self again. I think he was really like getting involved, holding off the defenders. Keeps possession so well, doesn't he? And Dye done his usual thing. Didn't see as much of Ndye, but I think that was really good to see that we actually had other players contributing today, like Dewsbury Hall, Gay, Irobunum. Actually felt like they were offering more to the team. We weren't just relying on Grealish and Ndye, which was what my real concern was in recent weeks, that we were looking like that was our only plan. James Garner on the right certainly improved us. I'll jump onto some of the comments now. Some people have already been getting involved. And I'll go to Danny Boy 76, who says, new contract for Garner needed. Absolutely. He's been regardless of what position he's played, he's been one of our top 3 performers this season. No matter what position he's played, he's delivered the goods. He also has a good free kick in this game, hit one from 40 yards, keeper turned it round the post. So there was a lot of good performances across the board today. I don't think anybody had a bad game, which you can't say happens very often. Beto come on and put himself about. James Garner nearly put in the assist of the season for Beto, and Joachim Anderson cuts it out and it goes behind, just about avoids an own goal. But Garner's pass for that moment was unbelievable. It was a really good thread. Some excellent displays. Dewsbury Hall getting a lot of love in the comments here. When Koeman 1350, Dewsbury Hall shocked me. He had a good game, and Garner sensational. Yeah, that's some unbelievable performances individually today. Again, good win. That Dewsbury Hall man of the match for me. I'd probably argue that he got a standing ovation when he come off, and even obviously, like I say, Tieno Barry was really disappointed to be hooked again for Beto towards the end, but he got a rousing round of applause off the fans in Hill Dickinson Stsdium, and I hope that lifts him and shows that it was nothing performance-based today, that substitution. He looked really tired towards the end. He'd worked really hard. He contributed a lot, and he was rightly given a rest and brought some fresh legs on to help us see the game out. It was much more like it. Erwin Koeman also said Barry looks the real deal. That was one of his strongest performances for us. He's been a bit hit and miss so far, still finding his feet, but had the ball in the net today at least as well. It was really unlucky to have it chalked off. Him and Ndye were offside in the build-up to that, so it was the right decision, but he's getting in the box. He got the ball in the net, and hopefully that'll help build his confidence up as well. He hasn't got the goal yet, but he's getting in the positions, he's finding the net, and hopefully we see him get his first goal sooner rather than later. In the blue corners, but Gay from lazy to crazy, which is, I don't think we can ever call Idrissa Gana Gay lazy. He has been a bit lethargic recently, I think, but today he looked like the real Idrissa Gana Gay, and he really threw his weight around and got the crucial goal. Like I say, got us 1-0 up. A lot of love for Barry in the chat. Julie H says, Barry looking really good. And yet it was his strongest display by a mile. He got the most minutes, certainly, today as well. So he needs to have those minutes if he's going to really settle in here. And, he got a lot of love off the fans. Even when he was getting subbed off, he was applauded off. It was much better today from Tieno Barry. in the blue corner says should have kept Barry on for the full 90. Makes sense. I actually agree for once with David Moyes for taking him off. That late on, we needed fresh legs. Barry was starting to tire. He wasn't getting about, and that's going to happen when you've worked as hard as he has. And to be honest, I'm kind of glad he got subbed off late on so he could get the round of applause he got off the fans. That will hopefully lift his spirits, and he'll realise that this was more of a giving him a rest rather than subbing him because he hasn't played good enough, because he certainly did play good enough today, I thought. Excellent. Idrissa, he's so economical, says Julie H. Good points, though, from some of the other fans on here. Steve Jones, 1878, wanted Alcaraz on today. I would have liked to have seen Alcaraz today, but again, I think Dewsbury all deserved to stay on as long as he did. Played well, very well. Surprised Alcaraz didn't come on for him, but we obviously did the tactical reshuffle, put O'Brien on at right back to see the game out, which, again, I think Moyes got his decisions right today, which, I've been giving him stick recently for making the wrong decision, so it's only fair to, say well done to him when he does the right things. One thing I will debate, obviously, Ndiaye was tired towards the end on the right wing, and LJP's got a good point. I'm not sure why Diblin not getting a run out at 2-0 up, because I think at that point I saw Ndiaye was starting to tire a bit. Would have been nice to get Diblin on the right just for the final 5 minutes, even just to give him a bit of a run out, like LJP's saying there. I think it's a really important now that when we get in these rare positions of comfort, which I know we don't get a lot as Everton fans, but that would have been a good time to give Diblin a run out, give him some minutes. Let him get a bit of applause off the supporters as well while, spirits are high. Gangsley says, I think this Roller lad do okay here. Mail-in role, I think, again, he's looked pretty promising. He's, if not flawless, he's been decent enough. The odd few mistakes, but he looks like he's good on the ball, and he's got some technical ability, and that always offers something to us in the midfield. In the blue corner again, yes, the applause was fantastic for Barry. It was nice to see Roll on. What do you think of the Diblin situation? Like I say, I'm a bit disappointed Diblin didn't get a run out. I think we need to see him on the pitch. I think it's starting to look a bit bewildering that we spent that kind of money on him when it could have been spent on a bona fide right back. Maybe even a striker, you don't know, but hopefully we can address those situations in January. But at this point, it's looking like Diblin, certainly not a waste of money, but he should have, if we're paying that kind of money, we should be giving him a chance at least, I think. Steve Jones said the same, wants to see more Roll. Looks like a good player. And Gary Ebden as well. Well done, Barry. He looks like a centre-forward. Give the lad a chance. And hopefully this is it now. Like I say, played well from the start. Got nearly 80 minutes, I think, today. That's we're going to need to see him get these longer runs on the pitch if he's going to turn a corner and get his goal. And, I think once he opens his account, the weight might drop off his shoulders a little bit. He still looks a bit demoralised, and it'll be nice to see. It'll be a great moment when he does get that goal, and I think it is only a matter of time till he gets it. A bit bewildered in this one. When you said Dibbling wasn't a lot of money, I mean, 40 million maybe isn't a lot of money this day and age, but considering the amount of money Everton have been spending over the last 4 or 5 years, it's gargantuan in terms of what we've been spending. John agrees. Barry, best game so far, just needs a goal. And Steve Jones, another shout out for Michael Keane, been one of our best players this season, by the way. Of course he has. He's been exceptional centre back, and it was telling today that obviously the tactical reshuffle, which saw Garner move right back instead of sending O'Brien into the middle with Tarkowski, it was Michael Keane who kept his place, and that's testament to his performance levels this season. And you can't understate the importance of his second goal as well. That was the goal that sealed the result, really. That put us in the position of comfort, and that settled everybody's nerves. It was a much deserved win. Let's be honest, we were the better team by a mile today. Even if we weren't flawless, we were comfortably better than Fulham were. Gary Ebden says play Keane up front. sometimes, you wonder, don't you, what could he do as a striker? But he's doing well as a centre-back this season, so let's give him his flowers for that. And he's had his criticism over the years, so while he's in this good run of form, let's congratulate him on his good form, and he's getting some goals for us as well, some important goals. You can't knock it. In the blue corner says, do you think Moyes just filling Dibbling in on what he wants him to do? Great game, great win. Got to get back in the top 10. Would be nice to finish up there. And Keane, what a transformation. Yeah, Michael Keane's been probably the surprise of the season for us. Everyone was expecting him to be fourth choice with the Brantwaite injury and whatnot. He's had to play, and he's been really good, so we can't knock it. Yeah, and it's definitely nice if we could get back in the top 10. I'm not going to, count my chickens. I think where we're at in the table right now kind of reflects where we should be based on the performances across the season. I would like to see us improve a bit more, but this is more like it today. It's good to see that we put a proper performance in today, a home performance. Not often that we dominate games for the most part as well, kept the ball well. It was a game that we could actually enjoy for once for the most part, and you still got that bit of Moody, Goodison thrown in, a Hill Dickinson as well, as the referee was trying to do us dirty. So I think there was a proper Everton game today. We won a game at home, a game that I think we should have been winning. And we delivered today, which is great. And so we'll wrap it up with Paul Kendall hitting the nail on the head. Certainly needed that. We've had a couple of bad results. Down there in 14th, we've moved up to, I think, to 11th now. And we need to keep moving upwards now. It's important that we went into this international break now, 2 weeks away from Everton with a win in the bank, and hopefully we can come back after the internationals with, another positive performance. But at least we can enjoy the 2 weeks away with a bit less negativity, and hopefully onwards and upwards. Let's wrap it all up there. Don Dean says 3 points, B is it in? Can't complain. And fantastic. Fantastic all round. Some happy Evertonians. I wasn't expecting this. I was expecting to come on here and have a big fume with you all. So thanks for tuning in, and nice to have a nice positive show for once. Everyone buzzing. Happy to. Thanks so much, Jay Dunn as well. Thanks everyone for tuning in, and let's enjoy our Saturday night for once. That was fantastic. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. Keep your comments coming in even after the stream's finished. Let us know your opinions on the results. Everton 2, Fulham 0. Hopefully onwards and upwards. Thanks for tuning in on the Toffee Blues.